Ugh. Ear.
Yeah, you've got 2 of those.
It
It's funny. It's funny, Vax.
It itches.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe because I have ear
Itis.
earitis.
I have a problem. I have ears.
Amazon Prime suborbital same-day delivery. Yeah, their only problem is that it parachutes into your house.
With no retro rockets.
I was gonna say I'll build an LZ1 in my backyard.
That would be. They're kind of trying to do that with their drone stuff, aren't they?
That'd be amazing, actually.
You gotta make sure that you break down the capsule before you throw it in the dumpster behind your.
The thing is, it'd be the full-size capsule too.
Wait, do I get a
Otherwise, my
discount if I
neighbors are gonna
reuse my
be
capsules?
We keep our current boxes in the front entryway. Would we just keep our current capsules? How would that work?
No, I'm gonna reuse my capsule.
Gift them at holiday time.
We'll use it for Spot as well.
For Spot, the space program of tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Vax says it's going to be tomorrow new space.
Yeah. Tomorrow new
Because
space.
it's gonna be in a new.
Oh, I did not get it. Now I get it.
Well done.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
Wow. Pow, ba-ding, boo.
Well, you should talk. You're the one who decided to pun that crap out.
I did.
Oh man.
Oh, am I the
Good
only one
times.
not drinking at the moment?
With 2 hands,
Too
mind
late.
you. We were both drinking with 2 hands. Because the mug
Are we
is
doing an
bigger.
open?
Ugh, no.
All right. Awesome.
I guess we should.
You do you, man.
It was kind of, I did, so someone mentioned it, I forgot, basically saying, and I mentioned it in the show, I miss having the live space.
Yeah.
It was cool having, back in the Space Vidcast days when we did live launch coverage, right, we kind of became known for that. It was fun. It was a central place to gather for any launch that we could get our hands on, right?
Yeah.
You had the chat room. Everyone was helping everyone else out.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I miss that.
I do too. And then we were able to do that because of the Crow River Coffee Company.
Yeah.
We were at the back of the Adam Yoakum, who was our caffeinated on Twitter.
Yep.
He was our old technical director. Great guy. Helped us at the back of Crow River Coffee Company. That's his company. He let us put up a full 6 or 8 foot C-band satellite dish.
Yeah.
And so we were able to get it was
satellite
giant.
dish. It was awesome.
Absolutely huge. So we were able to get NASA TV feeds. This is because this is before they were streaming on YouTube and Ustream and everything else. The only way you could get it was satellite. And so we had the C-band dish and what is that?
It's the Amazon.
Amazon Suborbital Prime.
Yeah.
So we had the satellite dish, and we were able to get NASA TV in high def, and we were one of the only ones broadcasting it in high def live, at the time at least. And it was really cool with that community, and I would love to bring that back. So if that's something that you guys want, I probably won't bring it back under tomorrow, but I probably would bring it back under Launch Library, because I think now that we've broken that out, I think having that live launch coverage on Launch Library would be a really great place for that, and then we can use the same chat infrastructure for that. So it would just, instead of in the room, it'd be hashtag TMRO right now. It'd be hashtag launch library. And then, or we could even do it per flight, or I don't know how we would do it, but something like that. So we'd have this live experience again and a central place to go for everything. The thing is, we stopped doing it because of the internet. Right? All the launch service providers started broadcasting online, and that was not a thing that they did back in the day. So the service that we were providing was no longer necessary, and it was very difficult for us to do, and so we just stopped doing it. But I'm wondering if, maybe we should keep doing it. Let me know what you guys think.
I sacrificed myself to host this, if you would like to.
To host,
If that would be cool. To host the launches.
you can, but I mean,
I'd be happy to.
you know that they happen at dark 30 in the
Yeah,
morning.
I know.
Swanee,
I'm down.
327. You say you live up the road, so you live in Watertown, Minnesota. / how did you not know about Crow River Coffee Company? / it's permanently closed, so you can't go there now anyway.
It's not. Well, no, it's no longer a coffee company at all, right?
If you look up Crow River Coffee Company and you
Well, Crow
follow
River
the
Coffee's
links,
gone, but I
right.
thought it was still a coffee company when he left.
Yo no sé nada.
What about during the middle of the day, though?
I'd find out a way to do it.
Okay. Once we move into the new space, we'll just give you a code, and we can absolutely make that happen.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
This is coming together. So we'll drop that on Launch Library, and I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Oh, and then Vandenberg ones, I'll be out at Vandenberg.
Yeah, it'd be
for
cool to
that,
do.
so.
We need to figure out that live remote thing.
Yeah.
So that's better because we still need to
I think what the big problem was is with that launch out in Vandenberg, it was a Falcon 9, and there was like 5,000 people out there.
Yeah.
And usually, like when I go out there for like a United Launch Alliance launch, there's only like 20 or 30. So I think everybody was just sucking the bandwidth from the area.
That could be, but even on top of that, I mean, like the one from LDRS, that was pain. I don't know if you went back and watched it.
I don't want to go back and watch it, honestly.
It was. See, here's the problem. Your stuff was great. The technology failed, and because of that, you had to strain to listen. But what you were saying was interesting, and so it was aggravating because you want to hear what you're saying, but you can't, and there's nothing we could do to fix it.
Yeah.
So that we need to make sure that never happens again, and I don't
Yeah.
know how to do that because, like, LTE tech is sketch at best.
Yeah.
Right. So.
I guess I should also just say very big thank you to all the staff and volunteers at Large Dangerous Rocket Ships and the Rocketry Organization of California. They were awesome.
I wonder if we should cover that live, like, as an event
Sure.
on Launch Library or something like that.
Sure.
Like the whole event, top to bottom.
The whole event.
How long is the whole event?
Well, they literally opened up the range to start launching at 7 a.m. Like,
Okay.
they literally put the biggest, loudest rocket anybody has, and they fire it off at 7 a.m. and they go, "Good morning, it's time to fly." And then they usually go until the evil W comes along and shuts down the range like it did every day. So,
How long is that normally?
usually it's till about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. So.
And they did it from Thursday to Sunday.
Actually, they did it from Wednesday to Sunday, but that was because it was LDRS. Usually for the big one here in California out at Rockstock, it's Friday through Sunday.
So let me ask you: is there generally power out there, or not really?
You kind of have to bring your own power.
So we could bring a generator and some gas. So
Yeah, you guys want to come camping out in nature with me?
No.
Why not?
You just said the two things that we will never do:
What?
camping and nature.
Why?
Because concrete. Why?
It's fantastic.
You went to Harry Carey on me?
Hey, you guys want to go out camping? If you could go camping, what type of
This is why.
what type of food would you bring along?
Tomorrow would be
So
too much.
The answer is a solid. Do they have plumbing?
They have toilets. They're like porta potties, but they do a very good job of making sure people don't mess up the porta potties.
So the answer is a solid maybe.
We could get an RV. A lot of people go and rent an RV for the weekend. And
Actually,
then
that's
come
a great
out
idea because then
on
we
it,
could
so.
put all the tech in the RV.
Yeah.
Kind of be ready to go.
And
Yes.
and RVs usually have generators
And
Yeah.
air conditioning,
and toilets.
which is very nice.
Yeah, actually, this is not a terrible idea. All right, so someone glamping with tomorrow.
Welcome to Burning Man. We just came in from Mountain View. You guys want to have a sit down?
That's fantastic.
Look over here. We've got like a lounge and our RV and the air conditioning, and you're going to have to pay to get in here, unfortunately. We know it goes against the spirit, but we're from Silicon Valley. Who cares? What are they going to do? Kick us out?
This is
Sorry,
extra.
there's end rant.
All right, so the question of power, plumbing, and all of that has been taken care of. We can fix all of that. The big thing, how much bandwidth is there?
Well, I have full bars of LTE out there.
That's not what I asked.
I don't know. I didn't exactly think about running a speed test while I was out on the lake bed.
We need to do that sometime. We need to legitimately do that sometime with other people there.
Well, I was going to say, I'm actually going to be going out to Lucerne Dry Lake to film something for my space pod in July.
Could you do a speed? Now,
So
it
I will
changes
do a
when
speed test
How many
while I'm out
people
there.
will be there during the event?
Usually there's, in the case of something like Rockstock, there will be a couple hundred people there. LDRS, there was about 1,500 people there this year.
Okay, so
and that's a rare thing.
All right. So then, my question to the community is: do you care? Is it worth us going through the effort to broadcast this live? Right? Because I would bring like a good multiple cameras. I don't know how well we'd be able to track because they're solid. So
Yeah.
Right, so-
yeah, the ceiling was 19,000 feet.
yeah, that's going to
So-
be. I don't know how hard is it to track those with
It's
with
not-
optics.
Depends on different distance.
It's not too difficult as long as, like, for me, if I have an eyepiece that I can look through, I'm good. I can
All right.
track it.
So we might be able to do some pretty cool things. It might be fun to broadcast it live. I want to know what
Yeah.
you guys think. I mean, because it's suborbital.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not even orbital. It's just
Subatmospheric.
Sometimes it's more projectile.
So
than,
the chat room's basically nailing this, which is it sounds like fun, but it's a giant amount of effort. So is it worth
Yeah.
the giant effort? Would you guys watch something like that, and would you enjoy it? What would you want to get out of something like that?
Yeah.
If you would watch it and you would enjoy it and you would chat and you get value out of this, we'll look at making something like this happen.
Yeah.
If you're like, that would be neat, but I probably only watch for a couple minutes, then frankly we probably won't do it. There's no point to do it live at that then, right? We'll just have Jared with a camera and he'll record it.
I just want to say that the next big launch will be in November, so that's the next big meetup. The second weekend in November this year. And they also do night launches out there, and as long as the weather's not bad, there are actual launches at night, and those are very spectacular.
Cool.
So,
All right. We do still need to do an open.
we do.
I'll say Blue Origin webcasts. Mike, you'll say
SpaceX launches.
and Jared, you'll say
Catching a second wave.
catching a second wave. All right. Or, what? I should say China. No, I'm going to skip mine, actually. So, Mike, you'll do yours. Jared, you'll do yours. And I'll say, plus, we're going to talk about, we're going to speculate on the future of Blue Origin. No, we're going to speculate on Blue Origin plant. Blue Origin's plant. We're going to... Well, I don't want to say Blue Origin's future because that sounds like we think they're going away. How do I want to word that?
What's up with Blue Origin?
I'm going to do it, Destructor. I'm doing it.
And coming up, we'll be speculating on Blue Origin's.
I got it. Plus, we're
Space
going to. Plus, we talk about the upcoming Blue Origin webcast and what they'll be doing in the future, and speculate on what they'll be doing in the future. There we go.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So, Mike, you'll start us off. Spirit fingers, Mike. Thank you. Carrie Ann, give me some spirit fingers. Spirit fingers, Carrie Ann.
Come on.
Do
Come on,
it.
Capcom.
Spirit fingers.
There we go. Happy? Everyone's happy.
Number
Okay.
Number one.
Coming up, SpaceX launches but fails to land.
We're catching a second wave.
And we're going to be talking about Blue Origin and speculating about their future. Stay tuned. Tomorrow begins right now. Was that one take? You notice the spirit fingers that did it.
It was the Spirit Fingers, I think. It was Carrie Ann joining into the Spirit Fingers that
Had
made
Carrie
the
Ann
magic
not
happen.
joined in the spirit fingers, that would have been like a 5. You know what it was? It's the fact that I had to start the show 6 times. So I got it out of my system in the beginning.
Sweet. Wow.
Do you have the
So.
do you have the timeline sequence of events for the launch?
I believe they just released the payload, one of the payloads.
When's the second release?
Not sure. I can't see. Second release, I think, is at 42 minutes, if I remember correctly, and that looks like 36.
Go ahead and
on the
cut to it.
monitor.
in
I
the
like
play right now,
I'm
high
looking
over
good.
the
We are
Indian
contemplating.
Ocean. The space ballet
I'm
continues.
not sure if I like
as-
it. Oh, I'm on air.
I'm on tomorrow now.
Again, that's going
hi,
to
Mom.
happen about 40
Oh, great. Now I'm on.
minutes
Yeah,
into
fantastic.
Our
the
next
flight.
judge for this rocket
Some,
launch.
Hi, I
40,
look like Phil Mickelson.
to
And,
43.
hey, you're on TV, dude. I'm going to tweet about
Space
it.
Congress.
Indian Ocean at a speed about 7 kilometers per second.
The weird thing is we probably have
Not
better
only
audio on
do
top of
we
all
have
this,
to
too.
orient the satellite composite in a safe and correct
Oh, so
direction,
pretty.
They really
we
do
have to take one
fantastic
more step.
real-time animations, don't they?
Each one
That's like
Yeah.
of their payload and
of the
everything. I mean,
customers
and the rendering of that
have
is just
specific
beautiful.
requirements
They do
for
a
the
great job of
insertion
that.
of their satellites into geostationary transfer orbit (GTO).
T3K launch coverage, yes.
Both BRISAT and EchoStar 18 asked
bad idea.
Arianespace to spin up their satellites, so to speak, before separation. That process will begin
else we got?
shortly. For BRISAT,
Talking about stuff and things.
In relation to the superpod that we've been talking about,
Superpod.
this might be the first time that some of you guys, who are not in the Citizens channel, might be hearing of this. But there's 5 Wednesdays this month in June, and we decided to kind of do a super pod that all of us correspondents would be involved in, myself, Jared, and Lisa. I was originally hoping that Ben and Carrie Ann would be able to add to that as well, but I mean, with all this stuff coming up with the move and everything like that, it's totally understandable.
What a
You guys
bunch of
don't.
I believe I
Losers.
said, and I quote, no.
Well, wait. The 22nd or 29th?
It's the 29th.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
29th, the day that we get our keys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like,
no.
we're signing all the papers, like,
It's
no.
cool.
Yeah. But in any case, the whole plan with this is to do something that the 3 of us would just kind of briefly talk about how we got into space, and then the rest of the video would be about how you can get involved and how you can get connected with local groups that might be doing stuff, and kind of give a couple of different options. Talk about SEDS, talk about rocketry clubs, talk about just all these different avenues that people hope in potentially all ages could get involved. Starting with like the high school level onwards of how people can get involved and how they can, no matter what type of walk of life, anyone might have, that they can still get involved and still contribute in a meaningful way towards space. So I don't know. That's the whole idea with this anyway.
I think it's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, our involvement in space started with this show, and you can start your own show. You can go to some of these rocket launch events, because some of those rockets are ginormous.
Yeah, I was going to say, at the LDRS, some of the things separating people from NASA is that they don't work for NASA. This is the best way to put it. And then, there's actually people out there, too, that work. There are plenty of people from JPL and SpaceX out there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Stuff like that, right? And there are just many different things that you can do. And as a reminder, it's not just like direct aerospace things, right? Mm-hmm. When you're looking at setting up colonies on the moon or Mars, we're going to need to figure out food, we're going to need to figure out storage and water. I mean, there are plumbing, there are tons of professions that you can be in that don't look like they're directly linked to aerospace, but are.
Yeah, even communications. I mean, that's a really big thing, is trying to take all the unintelligible engineering speak and turning it into something for public consumption.
It's known as Benny speak.
Yeah.
That's just when I'm making up words and acronyms. I feel really
Excellent.
bad for the transcriber. So for those who don't know, we've been having all of our shows transcribed by a professional service. We're back. So using all of my words, transcribe that. We, as soon as a live show is posted publicly, I submit it for transcription. It takes them about 5 business days to complete the transcription. So last week's show is now transcribed. It went up, a couple days ago. This week's show will take about 5 days. But we've also been going back in the archives for season 9, and I think we're down to like 9.13, and all of the space pods in between as well. So, excuse me. So there was a point to the transcription thing.
No idea what it is.
Well, the reason we're it links back to Amazon. The reason we're transcribing is because I want to get us on Amazon Prime, on their Prime Video service, so you'll be able to, just like on your Roku or whatever device you want, if you're a Prime member, you'll just be able to stream tomorrow shows right to your TV using Prime, and maybe we can reach some more people if we're on Amazon going, what the heck is TMRO? But they require transcription. So that's what started this whole process. Then I started digging into it and realized that Google and YouTube really like it when you transcribe your videos, because they can look at the transcription and they can index all of that. So it's actually better for the show for discovery. And so that's why we're doing all of that and stuff and things.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. I had a better reason that I brought that topic up, but I've since forgotten it. So you're welcome, Internet. Anything else good in the chat room? Question, how much did this transcribing cost? For a live show, it's about $150 per episode. For a space pod, it's like $20-something, I want to say. Depends on the length. They should serve energy drinks at SpaceX, shouldn't they?
Serve them?
Well,
no.
make them available.
They are available. You have to pay for them.
Oh, where are they?
They're in vending machines outside.
They should make them available closer
Outside.
to where I am.
They are in vending machines outside.
Oh, this is Rocket Vodka behind us. Where? Someone grab it. This is a real.
Ow! Got it.
This is a real thing. This is a limited time run. There you go. You can go to, what is it, rocketvodka.com?
I think so.
Yeah.
Rocketvodka.com. This is distilled from apples, actually. It is quite good.
California and Washington apples.
Yep. Rocket Vodka is that, what is that, a speeder's spirit? I don't know. Inspired by you. Rocket Vodka celebrates your peak moments. Handmade in small batches from California and Washington apples and Sierra Nevada mountain water. Gluten-free, no sugar added, double carbon filtered. For maximum enjoyment, sip ice cold and straight up or mix it with fresh juice for a refreshing cocktail. So we have 2 bottles of
nice.
this. One is for the set and one is for over yonder that we actually drink.
For drinking.
For drinking, and I actually enjoy it quite a bit.
I have 3 of them
Do we? Where's the third?
in the freezer
Huh.
near Boston.
I thought I only got 2.
Is it hypergolic?
No, that'd be hilarious. Also, they have a really cool. Is the logo on the front? No, they have a really cool. This is not going to work well. This is a bad idea. What I'm about to do is a terrible, terrible idea.
Which means you should always do it.
Yep.
Which means he's going to
Don't do this at home.
What that
Don't
means.
do this at
Oh
home.
boy, whatever Ben wants, Ben gets.
Yes, I'm glad that you finally knew that. Figured that out. Yeah.
Did you see the comment that asked if Ben was ever wrong?
No.
There was some sort of comment about whether or not Ben was ever wrong. There we go. Lars von Braun said the only time Ben was wrong was when he thought he was wrong, but he was really right, so then he was wrong.
Ben's wrong about Pluto. So,
You know,
Definitely know that.
I actually don't. This is one of the few times. There you are. Rocket Bike. The logo. It's a really cool logo. Hang on. Let me see if I can make this better.
Oh, man.
Hang on.
Wow, that improved it.
Hold.
Jason
Get into the macro.
Dimish on Apollo Soyuz, vodka and Tang. That sounds, oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Right?
Isn't that
It's a really
great?
good
I
logo.
thought they also had cognac.
I just think. First off, hang on. There you
Maybe they
go.
had
That's a
cognac
really
on
great
that
shot.
Yeah, it is.
I just like that shot.
Pretend like we're doing something.
Tomorrow, powered by Rocket Vodka.
Oops. Anyhow, there you go.
Oh, doggone it. I was trying to make it look like that.
It's cool.
Wait. No, I have another idea. Hang on.
OMFing G.
I can. Then you can be
What?
like.
Why don't you send this to them as a commercial? I'm sure they'll just
Rocket
love
Vodka,
it.
we made a great commercial for you. Rocket Vodka.
And a quick cut to the Arion flying.
You're welcome, Internet. This is what you pay for. Wow, that camera is way.
So sorry.
It's actually kind of a cool angle. Hey, hit the focus button on that, on camera 1.
Wait, so we get to go from here to here?
Yeah, except that
It's like from Dr. Steve Brule last
It ruins the illusion. Is the problem?
Yeah.
What
Right?
are you gonna do
Like,
with the-
clearly the set
with
ends
the-
right here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like on the other camera shot, it basically it ends like right
Right
here.
there.
I only have
Pretty
like
much
2 more
at
squares.
Kylo. Yeah.
That's
Launch
awesome.
responsibly.
Can you spare a square?
Launch responsibly.
That's pretty good. Let's see what else we got.
No alcohol is served at SpaceX.
Oh, Destructor 1701. What's going on with the chat room transcript being posted with the on-demand video, or at least of After Dark? That's not something that's being done a few months. So, no, I mean, we're not necessarily working on the chat room transcription, although that's not a bad idea. Would be really cool, because YouTube has an API and you can trigger it. So it'd be actually pretty cool if I made Colton do more of my work. Well, he's got the chat room, he's got the timestamps. If we can correlate that to the beginning of the YouTube videos. See, the problem is we sometimes edit segments out, so I don't know how he'll jump. But if we could correlate that to the YouTube video, you could actually scroll the chat. That's too much work. The point is, the chat will actually be brought on screen. And so comments that we like will actually be burned into the video itself. So when you guys say cool things, you'll actually be up on the screen itself, which I think will make the show even better. We actually did that way back in the day, and then bad people came, and we didn't moderate it at all. And we had to stop. Well, no, I mean, because we could.
I know.
So then we had to take it off the screen, and I've always wanted it back. But we need to have a moderated version, and that's what Colton is working on. It's actually going to be really, really awesome. And not only will it work with the IRC chat room, that's why we have this hashtag over Space Camp. Over down. That did not quite work.
Sorry.
There you are. I pass it to you. You pass it to her. No. All right.
I'm
Anyhow.
trying. I'm trying as best I can.
So that's why we have the hashtag. You'll be able to use that hashtag on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And when you use that hashtag, it will pop up in the host's chat room system that we have. And we'll be able to push it to air from whatever infrastructure you're on. You don't just have to be in our live chat room itself. The other people in our live chat room will be able to see that or turn it on or off, however they want. It should be awesome. We're slating that for season 10. So that's the idea.
Yep.
Although I think I just gave away some of the information that was previously patron only. But whatever, there you go.
It's in public.
Now the public knows.
Good job.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well,
You heard nothing. This is all a dream.
What's your shirt say on the bottom, Jared?
oh, my shirt says, I never went to space camp. And it says, and over here it says, not in 1996. And then over here it says, not ever. And then on the bottom it says, but I bet it was rad. And then below that, even further, it says, oh, man, so jelly. So it's you really have to take like 30 seconds to read it. But it's like become my favorite shirt now because it's actually true. I've never been to space camp. So, but I will be fixing that soon because I will go to adult space camp at some point in my life.
Are you going to end up wearing adult diapers?
No, but I do want to be the mission specialist person who does the spacewalk thing. So, because that's what I've always wanted to do if I were ever an astronaut. I'd want to be like an EVA specialist. So, I forgot where the shirt was where I got it from.
Shirt.woot.com.
So, yes. Go ahead and Carrie Ann's throwing a link into the into it. So,
You got
Cool.
it there.
I think we're stalling.
yeah, I think we're done.
Yep.
We're toast.
We are toast. So remember, everyone, one more show.
Yep.
The July hiatus.
I won't be here, so I'll see you whenever.
Lame.
Whenever.
Where are you going to be?
So-
Somewhere awesome?
Yeah, I have something else to do
Alright.
that day, unfortunately, that I can't get out of. So
Lame.
I know. Whoa.
Well, either we'll see you, I guess, in maybe July or most likely August.
Yeah, stay
On the
tuned
live
to our
show.
Twitter account. There's a possibility we'll be able to come back sooner, so don't count us out for the entire month, but count us out for the entire month.
Yeah.
See you, kids.